Hello Internet and welcome to episode 8 of Fortnightly Frontier, the show where we discuss just how much we don't know about Chris Roberts' upcoming space simulator mega game.
Squadron 42.
Yeah.
And its persistent universe multiplayer counterpart, Star Citizen.
Yeah.
I am Darionator.
No, you're not. I am.
Go.
I am Darionator, and I am joined, as always, by my lovely assistant, Loose Unit, aka Joe. But before we continue, I have just one question for you, Joe. What happened to your head?
I'm gonna fight with a lawnmower or something. No, just spring. Spring is here soon now-ish, and I don't like hair. I just was lazy. I'm always lazy about cutting my hair. 1 to 2 times per year.
Yeah, same. But I just don't go to the same extremes as you.
Yeah, I'm like, well, if I go this short, then it lasts 2 times a year. If I go a bit longer, it's 3 times I have to go a year. So
yeah, my hair grows really slowly. So anyway, what is up in episode 8 of Fortnightly Frontier?
Well, we're going to start off with the Hyper News.
And what's up in Hyper News for episode 8?
The magical $42 and $43 million stretch goals have been reached. I have no idea what that means, but we have $43 million pledged to the game.
That's 2 million since the last episode.
Yeah.
It's a million a week.
That's a lot of millions.
Millions.
They're looking at over 100 million by the end of the year. Potentially.
Wow. Okay.
No,
yeah, cool.
That's completely wrong. My math is retarded. Close to 100 million.
Close.
If it keeps going at the same rate it is.
Well, if it's going to about 1 million a week. Yeah, whatever.
It'd be about 80 or something. Yeah, 70.
Still a lot of money.
Math's bad me. We also have some big changes to the gifting rules, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Right. Yeah, and you will be very much affected by that because I know you're holding on to some assets.
No, I'm not holding on to any anymore, so I'm okay with that.
Oh, cool.
Yep. And also, even if I was, it wouldn't actually affect me anyway. But we'll talk about that later. And
yeah.
There's some really cool new lore, episodical stories called The First Run. There'll be links below. It is really cool. I don't know. There was the Dateline Essen, which was the previous one, which ran for 11 stories, little short stories, which are basically one big one. Which I really enjoyed that. I'm actually kind of interested to see if they put a big book together for that and combine it all into a book, all the little stories and lore stuff. I would buy that because that's cool.
Right.
And that's it for Hyper News.
Actually, no. Well, basically, just episode 10 and 11 of the next Grey Starship are out, and episode 65 and 66 of the Wingman's Hangar as well.
And 67 of Wingman's Hangar, but that'll come out around about the same time, or an hour after we released this.
An hour after we air.
Yeah, an hour after we air. And that's it for Hyper News then.
That is for Hyper News. Choo-choo. Right. So you were talking about gifting changes.
Yeah,
so
the gifting changes.
How is that going to affect the way people give stuff?
Okay, so the first thing, we've got links below so you can read all of it yourself. But the 30-day gift lock is on the user's first purchase. Now, I understand that means that if you buy something, you cannot gift it for 30 days. Because what it seems like people were doing was they were creating an account and then buying something and then gifting it straight away to basically throwaway accounts for them.
Right.
So it locks them down to a 30-day cycle.
Okay, but why did I do that? I mean, if they're getting money anyway.
I'm not entirely sure why they did it, but basically, yeah, they've been creating throwaway accounts to get these things.
Right. Okay.
The shifts. That's the German word for it. The ships will be giftable only once, and then they're locked to an account. So if you buy a ship, and then you give it to someone, or you sell it in the black market, and someone else has it, it will be locked to their account permanently. So you can only gift it once. That is a big thing. That's quite a big major thing.
I actually do understand that one, yeah.
Yeah. Although it only applies after May the 1st, which is tomorrow after the recording. It's a few days from when we're recording this, but yeah. So if I had done mine, I would be, because I think I got gifted all mine. But yeah.
Yep, same.
So you've got a few hours still to gift ships to one another without it counting towards the singular gift. May 1st. If you want to do
tomorrow,
that.
So yes. Hurry, because today is your last chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the ships that are purchased with the store credit now will not be able to be giftable. Not be giftable. Because what they saw was going to happen was people would buy a ship, gift it to someone. They would then melt the ship down, buy it again, and then re-gift it. So they're not going to allow that, because if you melt the ship down, you get store credit. You have to buy the ship with store credit. They're not with real money.
Right.
So therefore, you cannot gift that ship anymore. If you melt it down, you cannot gift it.
I really can't get my head around all these shenanigans that are going on in the store, but I mean, or even why anybody would even do that, because they're not really getting more money out of it. Are they?
So how do you mean? Who's getting more money out of it?
Well, the people who are making throwaway accounts, buying a ship and gifting it, I mean, they're not getting more for their money, are they?
Well, I had bought a couple of Auroras to give to people.
Yeah.
With LTI. When the LTI was closing, I knew there was a couple of people interested in playing, so I bought a few ships for them because they couldn't afford it at the time. I ended up on-selling one of them through the black market, and I got twice what I paid for it.
Right. Okay.
It was only in a little Aurora, but yeah, I got twice what I paid for it.
All right, the other one, yeah, well, okay, I suppose the LTI ships would be worth a lot more, yeah, but the ships that people were making, that have been making throwaway accounts since they stopped doing LTI and May 1st, they don't really get more money out of it either, because the people they are selling to would be better off just buying from the store in the first place.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think the original backers and the veteran backers get some different perks over the new backers, so that would be why it is, potentially. But either way, I mean, it needs to be locked down, and they've let it go free for a while, and now because all the ship sales won't get you access anymore, I guess it's time for them to kind of close the net on that.
Okay, I see.
I think good changes, in principle, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
and that's everything about the changes.
Cool.
So, what's next?
Arena Commander updates. So yes, the dogfighting module will no longer be called dogfighting module. It is going to be called Arena Commander, because in the lore, as it were, in the game fiction, the whole thing will be a simulator in your hangar, when you climb into your ship, and then like a holodeck opens up around you, and everything you do there is simulated, right? So, and there is a company that does all that, and the whole simulator is called Arena Commander, which is a bit of homage to what's it called? Forgot. Something Commander, Wing Commander, yes, yeah. Wing Commander, yes, and it even has an almost identical logo. Yeah, and so everything is being treated as if it's an actual simulator inside the persistent universe, which is how it's going to be in the full game as well.
Yeah, what we're seeing now is what's going to be in the full game. It's how it is in the full game.
Yeah, the full game is going to have a simulator so you can go out and train against AI without actually risking your life or your ship or your assets. Yeah.
It's a simulator where you can go and play with your friends and stuff and shoot them and have some fun.
Star Citizen Light.
Yeah, Star Citizen inside Star Citizen.
Dun dun dun.
I put Star Citizen in your Star Citizen.
Yo, Space Dog.
Space Dog. Oh, God.
Right.
And I would like to take back my prediction that it will be very broken upon release. Well, not necessarily, but they have confirmed that it will be they'll have a lot of bugs sorted before the general release, because they're going to release it in stages to different people, different groups. So I kind of predict that they're not going to just dump it on 200. How many people? 250,000 people.
Hundreds and thousands.
Yeah. They're not going to just drop it on us and then go for it, because nothing will work. It will break. So they're going to, my kind of predictions / intuition / I've heard a bit of information in one of the Temperature Chairmans, that they're going to release it in steps, slowly, to different subscriber groups. So like they're going to release it to a few trusted testers. There was a few people who got the organization system first, and then they're going to release it to the subscribers after that. So that's people who pay each month for extra content and whatnot.
We have someone like that in our midst, don't we?
We do. We have a couple of people in our group of friends. Why am I doing friends? They are actually our friends. In our group of friends, who were subscribers. Yep. And then it'll probably move out in the logical order, which is obviously the original backers.
You mean from the original Kickstarter campaign?
Well, from the original period of time that you got an original backers status. I'm not sure exactly when that was. But yeah, from the Kickstarter until a certain point, I got veteran backer status, which was after that. So then it would go to the veteran backers. And then general release would come after that. Now, I'd expect the general release to be 3 to 6 weeks from step 1. So you'll see people YouTubing and showing it off in the 1, and then it'll be 3 to 6 weeks before we actually get it as a general release. And
I suppose that is a very smart idea. So they iterate, just how many people are going to be needed. So they beef up the servers, and the infrastructure behind it, just so they know how much of a stress on the whole system it actually is.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna roll that out, and like I'm sure that every step, like they're gonna release the first release, it'll break some stuff. Their backend servers will crash and all sorts of problems. They'll get all those issues resolved and it'll be nice and stable. Next step comes in, same problem again or similar problem. Maybe not, but I'd expect that kind of thing. I mean, they're developing a whole system themselves, so it is a lot of work.
Right. Yeah. Getting there, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely getting there. And on to the next great Starship news.
The next great Starship news, there isn't much to say apart from that 12 of the teams that have made it to this round have presented updated designs. Everything is really starting to take shape at this point. It's slow progress. It's just, hard work at this point from all the teams. From what I've seen, there isn't really much of a difference in levels of detail from team to team. Everybody's very talented. Everybody's put a lot of work into it. All the ships are looking on par with what we've seen produced by CIG as well. So any of these ships will not be a stranger to. They would not be a stranger to the universe. It wouldn't seem like it's been just modded hastily in. And it will probably come down to the judge's personal preference.
Yep.
Because from what I've seen, there really is no difference in quality. And hopefully, the rest of us will get a chance to vote on which ships to keep in game along with the winner, because there are just too many that I really like and I would really like to own, or at least see in the game, to just settle for a single ship from all of these that are being developed right now.
Yeah, and Chris Roberts actually said that it would be like American Idol or something, where the top 3 teams, the number 2 and 3 always get a record contract. So we might see some of that stuff in there, but I mean, it is really awesome, or the quality is really awesome. But I haven't been paying too much attention to it, actually.
It's not a very interesting show to watch, I do admit. I just put it on mute and fast forward and just look at the pretty ships.
Yeah, I was trying to watch it. I got a couple of minutes through and canceled.
It would be nice if they just brought in a few highlights, but I suppose you just go through the forums and check out the videos there. and see what the teams have been up to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I haven't been pursuing it that much. It just doesn't capture my interest.
Right, and that is it for episode 8 of Fortnightly Frontier.
Hang on. No, we're missing one little part.
What are we missing?
Ship discussion.
Oh? Well, we haven't done that one in a while.
Yep.
Right, so what is up in ship discussions?
Ship discussions. Well, the M50 will probably be the next ship to be released in the hangar. I'm excited about that. We should have just put that in the Hyper News.
Probably, yeah.
Next time, we'll add useless information like that in the Hyper News.
Yes. Right. Who needs professional special effects when you can just go... And that is it for episode 8 of Fortnightly Frontier. Everything that we've been discussing will of course be linked in the description below the video. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe if you really enjoy our inane drunken ramblings about something we have absolutely no idea about.
I don't know.
And watch us go drunker and drunker with that episode.
Check out the Spacebar after the show.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Some stuff happens, I think. I'd talk about something. And we will see you in the verse. And hopefully in the dogfighting module as well, next episode.
Here in the verse.
Welcome to the Spacebar, where we talk about space game stuff and beer. I like beer. What about you, Dianator?
I love beer.
Excellent. What are you drinking tonight?
I have something special tonight. I know I've been slacking the past few episodes, but I went to that special store of mine and I got Fuller's Golden Pride. Superior Strength Ale, 8.5% volume. By volume. It's not as strong as the
Was it
disgusting one. Yeah, the titanium.
Titanium! Not Titan, titanium.
Titanium, yes. It's not as strong, but it should be better because I haven't been disappointed by Fuller's yet.
You really love your British beers, don't you?
I actually do, yeah. I've actually been to England in between episode 7 and 8.
Yeah, and did you drink cider and beer?
I drank a lot of cider and beer, and I've been disappointed because they went to Brighton, which is in the south of England, and they like their beers very flat over there. And I like mine very carbonated, so I mostly drank import.
Yeah, actually, my friend who is from the north of England, he was over in Germany, and he was like, "Wow, there's lots of bubbles in this beer. I like it." I'm like, "Well, it just tastes like a normal Pils to me." I mean, I'm not experienced with, at that point. I wasn't experienced with German beers. I still aren't, but yeah, I guess in New Zealand we have good beers as well.
Yeah. Oh, look at that color.
Looks good.
Yeah, very, very orange.
Yeah. Tonight, I am drinking...
Yes, what are you drinking?
Krombacher Dunkel. It's a dark Pils type beer, I guess. Something. It's got water in it. It says Wasser. It means water, so it's got water in there. Basically, actually, I got these for free. I got a 6-pack for free. Went to the Getränkemarkt, the drinks market, and bought some Weiss beer for the episode. And then got given a bunch of these for free, so I thought to myself, why don't I feature them in the episode? Because apparently they're new. So let's get it open. I have had them before. They are quite nice. I'm not going to pour it into a glass. I'm going to be scummy and drink it out of the bottle.
Oh, hey, wait. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Prost. It's good. I like a dark. I like a good dark beer, and this is not too dark. It's quite good. I'm quite impressed with it, actually.
You'd like this one, probably.
We'll trade again. Beer. Actually, I need some.
It's not. It's not very good. I think I prefer 1884. Oh, is the name full as 1884?
Excuse me.
I'm trying to ask you a question, man.
Okay, what was the question?
Whatever. I think I prefer that one to this one, even though this one's more expensive and more for the gourmet taster of beer.
I have no idea. I've never tried Fuller's.
You should.
One day.
It's not. Yeah.
That was an amazing burp.
Yeah, it was. I was left in awe afterwards.
Yep.
I don't think I could.
I was too, actually. I was quite surprised by it.
Anyway, what's up in the Spacebar this episode?
The Spacebar. Last week we saw Darionator's flight stick.
Joystick, yes.
And we mentioned then we were going to have a look at my joystick. Unfortunately, actually not unfortunately, it's right here. That's not even a funny joke. I don't even know why I did that. But here it is. It comes in two parts. It can be screwed together. It is a Thrustmaster T-Flight Hotez X. And it was €35 or something around that region. Not very expensive at all. It is kind of nice. It's a proper Hotez setup. I would recommend it, actually, if you haven't had a Hotez setup before. Get one of these, and if you're interested in buying one of these like really expensive Hotez setups, like the Cytec X52 or
55
X55.
I think it's the Cytec X55. They're actually making in Star Citizen livery.
Yeah, so if you're looking at getting one of these really expensive setups and you have no experience with Hotez 4, I would really recommend picking up one of these. It's €35 in Europe, and it's so it's cheap enough that you can just kind of buy it, I guess, for some people. But I mean, if you're going to spend like €300 on a Cytec setup, it's not that big of a step to just spend the 35 on that, and you can probably on-sell it afterwards anyway. It gives you the experience with the Hotez to see what you like, what you don't like. Whether you actually like Hotez or not, I'm finding it's a bit of a pain in flight sims because you're missing an axis. So in space.
Which one? Oh.
Because you need your forward back. You need that way.
Yeah.
Rudder. And then
I know how to masturbate, yes.
And then you need your basically your strafe left and right.
Yeah. You don't have extra buttons on the throttle to maybe do that?
There is some pedals. I mean, it's missing one axis on it. So you can do that.
The up and down one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Up and down one. And so there are buttons that you can get that you could program to do that. But it's not a nice axis on them. But yeah, you can program buttons to do that.
Well, yes, it's kind of similar to what I'm going to be using with the joystick, because I'm going to be using, the 3 axes on the joystick.
Yeah.
And then WS forward, backwards, AD left and right, and then this is what I've gotten used to while playing Independence War 2. Hold Alt and do W and S for up and down.
Okay, yeah.
So you can't do forward and up at the same time, obviously, but, you still can do all 3 with a single hand.
Yep.
So maybe you can do something with the Hotez as well. Maybe.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, obviously we don't have Arena Commander yet, so we can't actually.
Yeah.
I can't try it. I've tried it in a few other Space Sim games, and the binding in the one that we played, which was Independence War 2, didn't really work properly. Half worked, but
that game is really pain in the ass to bind keys because it's all done via text file. There's no in-game binding. Yeah. Yeah,
and I have tried it in Diaspora, but I had some huge problems with the axes. Like, my roll axis was my throttle, and then the throttle was the trigger button, and I couldn't get it to swap around at the time. I mean, I didn't have enough time to play with it, but yeah. So I'm gonna wait for Arena Commander to really push the boundaries of that, I guess.
Yeah, and I really hope that when they do release it, they release a fully functional options menu, so you can just go function is button or axis and just program everything the way you want, not to be forced into a specific set of controls that they come up with.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's actually one of the things that I would say about that is that when I played Battleground Europe World War II Online a lot, I used to do flying. I had the joystick, and then I had a Nostromo N52, which is a little gamepad type thing with D-pad and everything.
Right.
I almost think that would be a better setup for it because you can't look around. You can't look around and with the joystick. I mean, there's not enough buttons on this one to be able to turn your head around.
Hat?
Huh?
You don't have a hat?
It has a hat, but it doesn't allow you to look up and left and right. It generally you spin around like that. So, I mean, I guess you could program it in a way that worked, but it's not really natural with the N52 and the joystick. I found it natural, but that's where
but for looking around, we're all gonna get an Oculus Rift, of course.
Yeah, an Oculus Rift or Track IR or something equivalent, or later newer VR stuff.
There is something else that just came across my mind, and it is aptly named Space Pilot. It is a CAD tool used for rotating and panning stuff, and you have all the 6 motions in it. There's a small one. It's like this size little button, and it comes in 3 or 4 different sizes with extra buttons on it. The smallest one is just the little basic control, and it basically could do all of it. And it's not that expensive actually. Just the basic one, and it could be used. Yeah,
I think we need to do a review on that next Spacebar.
It's not that inexpensive.
Someone, if you donate us the money, we will do a review on it.
Yes.
On the
yes,
Spacebar.
We will definitely, and I could use it for work because it's CAD. I do CAD for a living.
Yeah.
Right.
But we will. I guess we can put a link down below or something.
Yeah.
Just go and check it out.
Yeah.
Order us a couple, one each.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Why didn't I think of this before?
I don't know.
It would be perfect.
Well, let's check it out. We'll check it out. I would like you to send me some information after the show.
Yeah. Well.
But until then.
See
you in the verse or something next fortnight. Episode 9 next fortnight.
Yes. See you in a fortnight. Oh, this is one of the longest sentences in podcasting, probably.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting patiently to see if he can actually do it in one go. In the first try.
In the first
attempt.
There we go. Hello, Internet, and welcome to episode 8 of Fortnightly Frontier, the show where we discuss just how much we don't know about the upcoming space simulator mega game by Chris Roberts called Star Citizen. And no.
Have another drink.
I got very far though.
Yeah, you did. I was impressed. I was actually like, well, he's gonna make it, and then you're just like, exploding.
Yes, get the beer down. Right, new one already. Yep. No, you're quick.
Yeah.
Violet
boys.
We're a bit drunk today.
That's good. That's good.
And hopefully, the rest of us will get a chance to vote on and hope.
Have another beer.
I'm drunk.